Your person misses you more deeply than they have been able to express, and this longing has been weighing heavily on their mind and heart. The silence between you may make it seem as though they have distanced themselves or forgotten what you shared, but in truth, they think of you constantly. They are holding on to the hope that the two of you can find your way back to each other without carrying resentment, anger, or unresolved wounds. What they want most is a reunion built on understanding, forgiveness, and a renewed sense of connection. The bond you shared has left a lasting imprint on them, and they are realizing now, more than ever, just how important you are in their life. Your sweet, loving, loyal, and caring nature has become something they cannot shake from their thoughts. It's not just that they miss the comfort of your presence, it's that they miss the emotional safety you provided, the way you treated them with sincerity and devotion, and the warmth you brought into their world. Your qualities have made them see you in a light that goes far beyond temporary affection. They are beginning to recognize that you embody the traits they genuinely desire in a lifetime partner. The more they reflect, the more they realize that you are someone they could truly envision as their future spouse, someone who offers both love and stability, someone who inspires them to be better, and someone they genuinely respect. They want to communicate all of this to you, but they are struggling with how to do so. There is a desire within them to be transparent, to share their feelings honestly, and to let you know that being with you makes them feel capable of growing as a person. With you, they feel grounded yet motivated. They believe that together, the two of you could build a life filled with emotional growth, shared goals, and meaningful accomplishments. You bring out a version of them that they admire, more responsible, more caring, and more aware of their own strengths and weaknesses. They see you not only as someone they love, but as someone who elevates their life in ways they cannot ignore. However, beneath all of these realizations lies a powerful fear. They are terrified of losing you completely. This fear is the reason they are not rushing back in with sudden gestures or impulsive decisions. They know that hasty actions could make the situation more complicated or reopen existing wounds. They want to approach you with clarity and intention, not with confusion or desperation. Taking things slow is their way of showing that they are serious about you, that they want to rebuild what was lost in a healthy and stable way, and that they do not want to risk damaging the connection further by acting without thinking. Right now, they are carrying a deep sense of regret for something they did recently that hurt you. This regret affects them more than they let on. They may appear composed on the outside, but inwardly, they are disappointed in themselves. They replay their actions, their words, and the moment things went wrong, wishing they could undo it or handle it differently. Their heart aches with the understanding that they played a part in the distance that now exists between you. They know they let their emotions or impulses get the best of them, and they are aware that their mistake caused you pain, pain they never intended to inflict. Despite the silence, they haven't moved on from what happened. In fact, the quiet has forced them to confront their feelings more honestly than they ever expected to. Deep down, they are suffering with the weight of everything left unsaid. They miss your voice, your presence, your support, and your energy. They miss the comfort of knowing you were there. What they want is the opportunity to talk to you again, not only to apologize, but to clear the misunderstandings, express their truth, and find a way to rebuild the trust that was shaken. They hope for a moment when they can sit with you and speak from the heart, not with defensiveness or pride, but with vulnerability and sincerity. They want to look you in the eyes and let you see the honesty behind their words. Winning your heart back isn't about grand gestures for them, it's about making things right, healing the emotional rift, and showing you that they have learned from what happened. They hope that, given time and understanding, the door between you will open again, even if only a little at first. For now, their silence is not a sign of forgetting. It is a sign of reflection, of fear, of regret, and of hope tangled together. You still hold an important place in their heart, and they have not let go of what the two of you shared. Even if they struggle to reach out immediately, their thoughts continue to return to you, guided by love, remorse, and the desire to rebuild what was lost. I miss you, love, more deeply than these simple words can ever truly express. Every day, there's a quiet ache inside me, a longing that settles into the smallest corners of my mind. I miss every little thing about you, from the way you speak to the way you laugh, from your thoughtful pauses during conversations to the warmth you bring into any room. There's a softness and a strength in you that I've never found anywhere else, and the absence of it leaves a space within me that nothing else seems capable of filling. I long to sit with you again, just the two of us, having those honest, heart-to-heart conversations where everything feels real, grounded, and beautifully alive. I miss your energy, how vibrant, comforting, and uplifting it always was. Being around you felt like being at home, and without you, that sense of home feels incomplete. I keep replaying all our beautiful moments in my mind, almost like a cherished film I can't stop watching. I want to relive those memories with you, not just in thought, but in reality. You are, without question, the most amazing and wonderful experience of my life. It feels as if your presence has been imprinted on my soul, woven into the deepest parts of who I am. Even when I try to distract myself or focus on something else, you're still there, gently reminding me of everything I once held and everything I'm still hoping to hold again. No amount of time or distance changes this truth. I cannot forget you. You've become a part of me in a way that's impossible to undo. You are not just another person who passed through my life. You are a true woman, one I respect, admire, and cherish more than anything. Your strength, your tenderness, your grace, your depth, all of it makes you extraordinary in ways I struggle to put into words. I often find myself thinking about how lucky I was to experience your presence, even for the time that I did. Without you, everything feels muted. Colors seem less bright, moments feel less meaningful, and life itself feels somehow incomplete. I feel dull and sad in your absence, almost like a version of myself that's only half alive. And yes, there are moments when I get angry with myself, moments when I replay my mistakes and regret letting you down or breaking your trust. Those thoughts weigh heavily on me, and I carry them every day. No matter where I go, there's always something that brings you back to me. Sometimes it's your name appearing unexpectedly, a sign, a reminder, a whisper from the universe. Sometimes it's a song that hits a little too close to the memories we shared. Even the most ordinary things suddenly feel meaningful because they remind me of you. It's like the world is constantly nudging me, telling me that what we had was too significant to simply walk away from. And maybe that's why my heart refuses to give up hope. All I truly want from you right now is simple but deeply important: don't lose your faith in us. Don't let the distance or the silence make you believe that everything is lost. I promise you, I am much closer to our union, our reunion, our reconnection, than it may appear from the outside. So much is happening inside me, so many realizations, so much growth, all pushing me toward becoming the man you once believed in and the partner I've always wanted to be for you. I'm working, quietly but persistently, to become someone worthy of the future I dream of having with you. I want to love you openly, honestly, and completely. I want to be with you, not in fragments, not in hesitation, but in full presence. Whenever I think about you, I feel this overwhelming wave of emotions that becomes harder and harder to control. There are moments when the memories are so vivid, so alive, that I want to run straight to you, wrap you in my arms, and tell you everything, everything I feel, everything I regret, everything I hope for. I've held so much inside for so long. Feelings I buried, thoughts I avoided, emotions I tried to silence, all of them come rushing back whenever your face crosses my mind. I know I can't undo the past, but I can honor it by trying to build something better. My heart still beats with the same sincerity it always felt for you. My soul still recognizes yours in a way that feels timeless. And despite everything, the mistakes, the silence, the distance, my feelings haven't faded. They've only deepened, grown roots, and become something I can no longer ignore. So here I am, sharing what my heart has been carrying all this time. I miss you. I need you. I'm finding my way back to you. And I hope, more than anything, that when the moment comes, your heart will be open enough to meet mine again. Your partner has recently begun gaining a great deal of clarity after spending a long time feeling confused about how they truly felt toward you. For quite a while, they were caught in their own emotional fog, unsure of what they wanted, unsure of how to communicate, and unsure of how to handle the connection between you. Whatever conflict, misunderstanding, or emotional distance developed between you two did not simply pass them by. It has been weighing heavily on their mind. They've had more time than they expected to think about the situation, and the more they reflect, the more they recognize that many of their actions were selfish, impulsive, or simply immature. They might not have fully understood the consequences of their behavior at the time, but now those consequences feel painfully clear. Many of you have reached a point where you're exhausted, not just physically or emotionally, but spiritually and mentally as well. You've given this person chances, patience, compassion, and understanding, yet you've often received only inconsistency or hesitancy in return. That kind of imbalance is draining, and it naturally pushes you toward the idea of walking away altogether. Your partner can sense this shift in you. Even if you haven't said anything directly, they feel the emotional distance growing. They're noticing the subtle changes, the way you hold back a little more, the way your energy no longer revolves around them, the way you're trying to detach for the sake of your own peace. And this change is making them increasingly anxious. Your partner is beginning to feel a real fear of losing you. It's hitting them harder than they expected, because for so long they assumed you would always be there, always waiting, always willing to give them more time. But now they see that your patience is not infinite. They're starting to realize that love is not guaranteed simply because it existed once. They understand that without effort, accountability, and growth, even the deepest connection can slip away. This realization is stirring desperation within them, a strong desire to change, to step up, to prove something meaningful before it's too late. At the same time, you are going through your own internal battle. You have a deep connection with this person, and no matter how complicated things became, letting go has never been easy for you. There's a part of you that still sees potential, that remembers the good moments, and that wants to believe things could be better if both of you truly tried. But you also recognize that holding on to this connection too tightly has kept you stuck in stagnant emotional energy. You've felt weighed down by uncertainty and stress, and you've reached a point where your own healing and progress matter more than waiting for someone else to catch up emotionally. Because of this, you've been putting genuine effort into shifting your mindset and taking care of yourself. You're learning to detach from expectations, to protect your heart, and to focus on your own personal growth. You're not trying to erase the connection, but you are trying to stop letting it control your life. This inner shift in you, the movement towards self-worth, self-respect, and emotional independence, is exactly what your partner is picking up on. And rather than pushing them away, it's motivating them to take real action for the first time in a long while. Your partner is becoming increasingly aware that if they want to keep this relationship, they can no longer rely on promises, excuses, or the hope that things will improve on their own. They understand that they have to show you, through consistent behavior and genuine effort, that they want this relationship just as much as you do. They're realizing that love requires responsibility, that their actions have real impact, and that they can't simply expect you to carry the emotional weight alone. Because of these realizations, they are beginning to make the necessary internal and external changes. These changes might be subtle at first: self-reflection, emotional honesty, improved communication, but they are important steps that signal they're trying to grow into someone who can meet you where you are. They want to rebuild trust, repair the cracks, and offer you reassurance that their feelings are real and that their intentions are finally aligning with their actions. They understand that you're no longer willing to stay in a relationship that leaves you feeling stuck, unappreciated, or uncertain. They know that if they want a future with you, they must rise to the occasion and meet the emotional standards you deserve. And this time, they aren't only thinking about it, they're becoming determined to follow through, because the thought of losing you has awakened something inside them that they can no longer ignore. In your partner's mind, the goal is no longer just to hold on to the connection temporarily, it's to build something lasting, stable, and meaningful. They're beginning to imagine a relationship where both of you feel understood, supported, and valued. They want to move forward with you in a way that feels healthy and fulfilling for both sides. And slowly, they're working toward making those changes, because they know that having it all together with you is worth the effort, the growth, and the vulnerability required.